All right, welcome back. I hope you're having an amazing time so far. Our next speaker is Sam Kljacic. He is the Director of Surveillance at Caesars Entertainment. Please join me in welcoming Sam to our virtual stage.
Hello, everyone. Today we will be talking about the artificial intelligence for the casino gaming industry. Casinos are quite unique businesses, and they can really benefit from the advanced technologies, and facial recognition and artificial intelligence are the types of the technologies that can really help the casinos in many ways. From alerting them about advantage players, unwanted people in it, money launderers, or simply players who are on responsible gaming lists. And it can help also with advancing the operations and marketing efforts for the business. We will discuss what is going on right now with AI in the casinos, and what are potential future benefits that these technologies can bring to this type of businesses. A little bit about myself. My name is Sam Kljacic. I'm Director of Surveillance at the Caesars Entertainment, and I've been in this industry for about 20+ years. I was managing large casino surveillance departments in the United States, Singapore, and some other parts of the world. I was working also for a major gaming operation for a cruise line. It was a worldwide operation, about 77 different countries. We had 24 casinos that were floating around the world. And I've completed about 26 large and medium-sized CCTV projects, and some of these projects were including facial recognition and artificial intelligence program for large casino operations as well. So my last name is Kljacic, and if you read like that, that would be pretty close. So why do we say that our industry is unique, and what it makes different from the other ones? In addition to all the other industries, what we are facing here in casinos, it's very specific, it's very different. We pretty much, let's say it this way, we pretty much sell luck, which is quite difficult to measure. So our specific challenges would involve also very small things, casino chips or casino checks, or they call it jetons as well, tokens. And we have also very specific needs when it comes to customer protection, protecting other customers from for example, gaming cheats or all sorts of thieves and people who can do something bad to them. Also, we need to protect our business, and protecting the business from the gaming cheats and advantage players as well. We also share some of the common challenges with the other industries. Of course, in the first place, there's security. We also are casinos are considered to be a financial institution, so anti-money laundering is a big one. It's a big issue here, and that's also where AI can help. And of course, there is customer satisfaction and retention of the good customers, which is can be very beneficial for the business as well. So we have few things over here which are already, some of them are in use in the casinos, and some of them will be in use in some time. And first one that comes to it is the facial recognition, which is already in use in several casinos around the world, in many casinos around the world, when it comes to the notifying who is entering the casino and like that. Object recognition is the other one. Some of the surveillance VMSs do have object recognition already embedded in them. And of course, there's artificial intelligence above all that can really merge all these technologies and put them together as one system that can work very well. So how are these technologies used in the environment? I just already started talking about the enhancing security in and around the casino. We all, for example, know what happened back in 2017 in Vegas, where a person brought large number of weapons with him and like that. We already have some technologies in place that can recognize handguns or guns of different types and can alert the operators when it comes to that. So enhancing security in and around the casino, it's one of those key points that is already in place, and the facial recognition has been so far pretty good in use when coming to this. Enhancing surveillance operations and gaming security. This is something that is this is more specific to the casino type of a business. You probably know that since late 80s or so, casinos around the world started implementing surveillance cameras, and casinos have been pretty much on the forefront of the technologies being used in the businesses to improve the operations and security as well. So when it comes to the surveillance operations, this is something that I'm very familiar with and I've been working with for over 20 years. It is very commonly understood that the technologies like facial recognition, object recognition, AI, ML, and so on are actually closest to the surveillance operations of the in the casinos. What are we looking at here is that well, when I'm saying that enhancing surveillance operations game security is that the AI can actually help us achieving some of the goals that we were not able to achieve in the past, and like that we will be able to actually detect some of the things going on around casinos that we were not able to detect, or it would take many hours or really difficult efforts with personnel with that. Enhancing operational effectiveness is also another thing that where AI can help. This is right now talking outside of the surveillance and security operations. We were seeing this, that some of the companies that are working on the AI right now, they already started going into the going deeper into the operations of the casino, especially, for example, table games operations, where the AI can learn how the games are run, what needs to be done, what are proper procedures, what are proper payouts, and so on, and can alert the management and the surveillance operatives on duty about potential errors, mistakes, collusions, and so on and so on. So with this one, there is a combination of facial recognition, object recognition, and artificial intelligence, where the cameras placed strategically around can actually, for example, identify a player, then identify what player was betting, identify whether the dealer was correctly running the game, and identify whether there was any error or any other thing that was going on that the game was not run properly. Also, we can improve some of the marketing efforts. This is probably something that is right now not in place, and something that can come in the future. But definitely there is something that is down the road, something where the AI can really help the casino operations and improve the bottom line as well. Improving overall compliance with federal, state, and other laws casinos are required to comply with. This is a very, very important topic. As I said earlier, with the Bank Secrecy Act, BSA, we have in casinos something that is called Title 31 compliance, and it is really important that casinos are really following this. We have to find out who are the players, who are patrons doing certain certain transactions at the cage or at the tables, and we need to report it accordingly. Otherwise, casinos can be heavily fined. So the improving overall compliance with these laws is one of the things where really facial recognition first, but also the AI after that can really help the casinos with all the reporting requirements that are right now in place. For example, I'll give you an example as well that many players are aware of the limits that casinos are required to report. And then they will try to break down the amounts into smaller, and then they will try to get around the requirements and the rules that we need to follow. We still need to report that, and it is very difficult to follow a person and find out whether he's doing this type of transactions that will, when combined together, will be over the required reporting limits. Also, another one is the improving the customer service. Customer service is it's one of those things where there's a potential for a major improvement as well. It's also something that is right now not in place, but down the road it can be actually done in a much better way. So that how can that help us as well? Let's put it this way: when we know that there is a major player coming or a major patron that is a good customer to us, we'd rather like to know it as soon as possible and have somebody coming in, and as soon as he's recognized that he can be serviced in the best possible way. Right now, this time, most of the time, it is left to just people recognizing eventually, finding out that somebody came in. But if we have an alert on time that this and this player came in, we will be able to improve on that as well. Casino surveillance role with the AI implementation is right now is the key thing, because most of the implementation of the AI is actually run by the surveillance departments around the world. CCTV is, as we know, a common feature in casinos, and it's most of the time required by some sort of a law or regulation. Customers and employees are already used to it. They know that as soon as they step into a casino, there will be many cameras that will be watching at them. The different departments in different casinos are seeing facial recognition and artificial intelligence as an extension of the surveillance and security department's role. Like these last couple of years, when we were working on these AI implementations, it was pretty much that it was given to us, and then it was built on top of our capabilities as well. Some of the newer VMSs that we are using in surveillance departments actually have some similar benefits already included. And for example, I'll give you an example. One of the last ones that I was working on did have already some object recognition embedded into the system as well, where we would be able to find out, for example, if there was some bags left by somebody, whether there is something that can be potentially a bomb or something like that. For example, if the people were leaving small children in their strollers, camera would recognize based on the OR that was embedded with the VMS as well. So the first facial recognition AI system implementations were often assigned to the surveillance department so far. But also many corporations right now are going through something that's called the innovation teams. And when they have it established, they usually do include surveillance and security management in it, together with this integration of the AI systems in the casinos as well. So, but this is not where the thing stops. further down the road, AI can help not only surveillance security, but also can help all the other sorts of the businesses we have, all the departments, from compliance to table games, then slot machines, slots, and including even the marketing department as well. So as I said earlier, facial recognition systems are already in use in casinos, and are mainly used for the recognizing the persons that are not wanted in the casinos. We have lists of people who are known cheaters, criminals, advantage players, the persons that are on self-exclusion list, or that these people are not necessarily there by their own choice. In some cases, it could be a family member that does exclude them as well. We also don't want to have people who are, we won't know about people who are suspected on money laundering, and people who are entering casinos, but they're prohibited from it due to legal limitations. The best example to this is the recognition of underage people. So there are differences between how the casinos are run. Like, for example, here in the United States, we usually let people go in and out as they please. In some of the countries, like for example in Singapore, there are strict entrance rules where people need to show their IDs as well. It is a little bit easier to go with facial recognition when it's one-on-one face against the ID. Also, what is also good about the facial recognition that's linked to the AI as well would be a recognition of persons that casinos need to know about, but they are not barred from entering. So there'll be people who are on the some sort of a gray list, watch list for all sorts of reasons. So people who are not on the blacklist right now, but they might be one day, or also the people who are just simply being monitored for some other requirement. One of the better ones is that recognition of the valuable customers. This is linked to the improved customer service. That's the white list, where we really want some people to be identified as early as possible, so that we can actually start preparing everything for them that we know of and start really treating them in the best possible way. This is one of the things where AI can positively influence the business in our case. And the other one is the last one on this short list here right now is the recognition of staff members. In some of the jurisdictions, it is really important that no patrons or no guests go into the some of the off-limit areas for the staff. This also does help with improving the staff management and coming to an operational excellence and the excellence when controlling the entry into restricted areas. About the object recognitions, that is something that is already improving some of the operations in some of the casinos. What is important with that one is that we can recognize the items that can be potentially dangerous to the public. And as I said earlier, we had in one of the VMSs, we had an embedded OR that can actually, for example, recognize backpacks left by somebody. That would be usually then checked by the security if this was a bomb as quick as possible. And that way we are potentially cutting down on the incidents and potentially saving a lot of lives, and so saving many lives. One of the things which also it can be done here is that we can recognize the unusual vehicles, cars, trucks in the vicinity or approaching the area. Also, many of us here in the casinos in the US, we are using LPR system, license plate recognition. That way, we get alerted if there are some stolen cars or some cars that are used by the criminals or criminal groups, as we know that they come around. We have often also requests from the local police departments to find out and notify them if certain cars are coming in. With AI and object recognition being embedded into it, this can be really done in a much better way and with less errors. Again, casino-specific object recognition comes to we come to this that we have very small things that we are using, and this is something that what AI is right now not there yet, but it will be at some stage. And our casino chips are relatively small. Our playing cards are small, and as the AI is learning it, this object recognition can actually help in a further enhancement of the operation. So the artificial intelligence can be enhancing many sides of the gaming operation. Mainly, as I said, there would be table games with AI or ML learning the rules of each game and ensuring that the games are run correctly. Slots, cage, and table games compliance can be improved as well. As I told you earlier, it's about verifying the players cashing out or buying in compliance with the Bank Secrecy Act or our Title 31 regulations. Surveillance and security. We have a massive amount of high quality video data in surveillance departments, and that can be really used for many other purposes that, except for what we are using right now. And the AI can actually come in and search for it and give us good value out of the data. Casinos are also linked to integrated resorts. That's more out over in Asia and some of it in Europe. I'm sorry. Some of it also here in the United States. And with this, we already had in place virtual concierges and so on that can actually improve the customer service and also can improve the cost control and give us a good ROI. About the future use, it started, so we're expecting that AI and ML will make more inroads in the gaming industry. And what we expect to happen is that there'll be some continuous improvement with an integration with various systems using the casinos. For me, first would be CCTV, which that's my part, where artificial intelligence can also work with CCTV and really streamline our operation. CMS and SMS are other systems that where an integration would be probably of a major benefit to the operations as well. Also, the IoT and Internet of Things integration that will pretty much help with customer experience and achieving our service excellence. Then, where the AI can also be helpful is the further integration with smart gaming technologies. In casinos, we have something already that's called the chip trays and smart floats. That's the trays that are holding the gaming chips, for example. We have the smart tables that do calculate things and prepare things for staff and the guests as well. And we have also smart chips, smart checks, smart jetons, smart gaming shoes, and so on. Integration with these technologies with AI can give really a great benefit to the operation as well. And last but not least, there is customer journey improvements. This is something that down the road can really give us all a great business continuity and great improvements with our customers. So with this all, I'll be ending this short presentation. Thank you all, and please keep in touch and get in touch with me if you need any more information about this. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Sam. That was amazing. And I know this virtual audience is giving you a huge virtual round of applause. All right, for the audience, it's time for you to make your way to your next session. Along the way, make sure you accept your connection request and take some time to check out our amazing exhibits. Thanks so much, and we'll see you around.